There's this popular saying that you don't give what you don't have. Have you heard it before? Do you think it is true? If you have heard it before, let me know in the comment section. My name is Sandra Ezeji Anyaele. I am your Marriage Foundation Reality Coach. I still want to thank all those that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I also plead to those that have not subscribed to please subscribe, because this is a channel that will put you through as you long to enter into a very special relationship that will lead to marriage. Today we are going to talk about 5 things that might make your marriage not to succeed. Do you want your marriage to succeed, or do you want your marriage not to succeed? The choice is yours. Our job is to tell you the things that you need to do in order to have a successful and joyful home. And today we want to talk about the things that you will also do and your marriage will not be successful. I know you will be happy to hear that. First and foremost, I want to tell you that you do not give what you don't have. In the scenario, I asked that question because it has a lot to do with the topic we are about discussing today. The one thing that will make your marriage not to succeed is when you don't like yourself or when you don't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, there is no way you will love the other person. It's as simple as that. Love yourself so that love, you will spread it to your partner. Love yourself so that your partner will see the way you love yourself and then follow through in that love. Love yourself in such a way that if somebody is not treating you the way you have been treating yourself, then you know it's a no-no. Love yourself in such a way that somebody would see through your love. Because it's only when you love yourself, it's only when you know how to love that you will love the other person. That's the truth. When you love yourself, you will know how to give love. You will know how to share love. And you will even know love when you see it. Either by action or in words. Another thing that can make your marriage to fail or make your marriage not to succeed is when you are hypocritical. Or simply put, when you are pretending. Yes, you might be wondering, what does hypocrisy or pretense have to do? It has a lot to do with it. Let me give you an example. You change from who you are just because you want to get married. When you are dating for marriage, you pretend to be who you are not. When you are dating for marriage, you claim who you are not, just to please the other person, just to deceive the other person into marrying you. When you are now married, there is no way you will pretend forever. One day you will show your true color and you will start having problems. Have you seen why hypocrisy is not good? Have you seen why pretense is not good? One day you will show your true color and you will start having serious issues that if you don't control it, if you don't take care of it, both of you will go your separate ways. So, the antidote to this is be yourself. Don't pretend. Be real. Show who you are. If the person wants to marry you, the person will still marry you. If both of you are not meant for each other, so be it. Instead of you pretending, instead of you, living a false life so that you will get married. And let me do it. I just want to get married. Let me just do it. You are pretending to be who you are not. It creates problem. It can ruin your marriage. So, please, don't pretend. Show yourself. Don't pretend. It is always good to be real. It is always good to show who you are from the beginning. Another thing I would like us to talk about is when you want to get married, please, you have to learn before you love. What do I mean by that? Learn this person. Ask questions. Ask important questions. Yes. Don't overlook everything and tell yourself, let us marry first. When we marry, I will change you. My dear, you will not change anybody. You cannot change anybody. Don't deceive yourself that when you marry, you will change the person. You cannot. So it is very, very important for you to look before you leap. Before that love, before you start seeing clouds, seeing things that you're not supposed to see. Ask the necessary questions. You learn this person before you love. Let me give you an example. If a man, while you people are dating for marriage, for whatever reason, you offended him, you did something wrong, you went where he said you should not go, you do this, you do that, and he raised his hand and slaps you. Only one slap, I did not say two, just one. The tendency for this man to continue this slapping when you marry him is 100%. You don't have to overlook it. You don't have to say, because we are not married, when we marry, he will not do it, or he will change. My dear brother, my dear sister, what marriage does is marriage amplifies who you are. Marriage amplifies who you are. You will not say because this person has married you, he will change. No. Whatever you see when you are dating for marriage is what you, in fact, you will see more because he has paid your bride price, so he has possessed you. Some people feel that you are their property, so they can toss you anywhere they like, anyhow they like. But if you see this thing, you know that it's a sign that, in fact, they are going to turn you into a punching bag. It's as simple as that. Don't shy away from it. Don't say, because he did it out of annoyance. Because so it means he cannot control his temper. When he marries you, he's going to amplify it. Another thing that will make your marriage to fail or will ruin your marriage is when both of you don't love each other. Did that surprise you? Yes. It is possible, my dear. You don't love each other. What you love is marriage. The pressure is so much that you say, let us just marry. The pressure is so much that let us just marry. You love that idea of marriage. Let it be that we are Mr. and Mrs. So and so. Let it be that we are married. Or it could also be that you want to have children. You are not interested in this person as an individual. The fact that you married this person and brought the person home, or both of you got married, does not mean that you love each other. There are many, you will see the handwriting on the wall. You just have to be smart about it. Don't be carried away. It can ruin your marriage. When two of you don't love it, what you just want to marry, society expects us to marry, let us marry. That idea, that concept of marriage is what you are interested in. But the individual, you don't care. That is why it might be easy for a woman to give birth to some children, and for whatever reason, she says, carry your children, I don't care. You have to understand that marriage is more than saying, I love you. You have to understand that there is a big commitment when it comes to marriage. If you are not ready for that commitment, my dear, don't marry. I don't like it when the children are in between, they are caught in between. The man goes this way, the woman goes this way, the children are just in the middle. What do you want them to do? Is it their fault? And some of these things can be corrected while you are dating for marriage. You shy away from, doing the right thing. You shy away from doing the right thing. Another thing is, when you are getting married, you don't talk about mentors. Yes, they are important. When you want to get married, ask the person you want to get married to, who are your mentors? Who are the people that you look up to? Because believe it or not, there will be frictions. Anybody that tells you that there will not be friction is just lying to you. There will be frictions. There should be somebody like a father figure, somebody like a mother figure. I'm not saying that you should start talking about your marriage or a relationship to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's not what I'm saying. But is there somebody he or she looks up to? He or she, in the sense that the husband can, his head can touch. The wife, his head can also touch. Is there somebody you can talk to? Is there somebody you can confide in? So that this person will call this person to order. Is there somebody like that in your life? It's about the man, it's about the woman. It is not one-sided. This channel is not about women alone or men alone. No, it's both parties. Because husband and wife is man and wife, man and woman. It's not just one person. I am not the type that will tell you that it's only the men that used to misbehave in marriage. No, I don't agree with that. Or I will tell you that it's only the women that, no, anybody can misbehave. Yes. So if you don't want to ruin your marriage, please ask the relevant questions. Ask this person, who is it? There's somebody you look up to. There's somebody who will say, when I get married, I would like to be like this people. I like this couple. They are good. I like the way they love themselves. I like the way they take care of their children. I like the way they take care of their home. I like the way they bond. There's somebody you look up to. So if you are getting married and this person tells you, I don't have anybody, it's just me. Or this person tells you, let us get married. When we get married, when the problem starts coming, we'll know how to, sort it out. No. You don't have to take chances. You don't have to take chances. Another thing that can ruin your marriage is when you don't build yourself as a single person. I cannot overemphasize this point. Build yourself up, because marriage is not the destination. Marriage is a journey. Marriage is just a vehicle. Marriage is like a tool. It's the vehicle that you will use to get to your destination. That is what marriage is. Marriage is a journey. It's a vehicle. It's like a vehicle that you will use to get to your destination. So build yourself up as a single person. Singleness is not a time for you to just stay and be waiting for the right man to come. Meanwhile, the right man is also waiting for the right woman. Because what you are thinking, the man is also thinking. Yes, you think it's only women that say, I want a man that has six pack. I want a man that is tall. I want a man that is buoyant. I want a man. It's not only men, no. It's not only women, sorry. Men also have their own criteria. There are things that men also look for when they want to get married. So use your singleness, build yourself up. Don't wait to be married before you start doing all these things. Because let me tell you something. By the time you wait without improving on yourself, without growing, both mentally, both emotionally, both financially, and otherwise, by the time you just stay just like that, without building yourself up, it will ruin your marriage in the sense that you are going into marriage empty-handed. Don't try it. That's the worst mistake you can make. Don't try it. Develop yourself. If it's a new skill, learn it. If it is to get a job, get it. Develop yourself so that when you go into the marriage, you show yourself. You show something. What are you bringing to the table? Singleness is not a time for you to just keep waiting. You are waiting for the right man to come. Are you the right woman? Ask yourself, am I the right woman? Have I made myself the right woman? Yes. It is not always about a woman looking for the right man or a woman waiting for the right. The men also are waiting or looking for the right women. That's the truth. We want to call it the name that is really the name. Build yourself up. Develop yourself. Don't enter marriage empty-handed, because it can ruin your marriage. It can ruin your marriage. Marriage, like I said, is like a vehicle. It's a vehicle you use to get to your destination. And remember, as long as both of you are alive, as long as both of you, so for how long are you going to stay without anything? For how long? Before you know it, you start complaining. That's the truth. So singleness is not a bad time. It's a phase in your life. So use it wisely. It's a phase in your life. Use it wisely. So that by the time you enter into a relationship, by the time you get married, you will be unleashing, so many things that the man will be overwhelmed with joy. The woman will be overwhelmed with joy. I have seen cases where after getting married, the mother of the groom will call the mother of the bride to thank her. I've seen it. It still happens. It still happens. Don't let social media deceive you. They paint almost everything that, they paint it in such a way that you think that it works like that. It doesn't work like that. Be real. It is our duty in this channel to tell you the right thing, the real thing. Marriage is not a walk in the park, my dear. You have to put in the work. So if you don't want to ruin your marriage, use your singleness wisely. The time you are single, use it to develop yourself. Use it to build yourself. Some people, when they are single, they feel, it's a bad thing. My mates are all married. My siblings are all married. In my office, I'm the only one remaining. You don't know that it is a time for you to develop. All of us cannot get married at the same time. It is not possible. If we all get married at the same time, who is going to attend the other person's wedding? That's the truth. Have you asked yourself that question? Have you asked yourself that question? So please develop yourself while you are still single. Another thing that can ruin your marriage or make your marriage to fail is when you don't understand the difference between a man and a woman. Yes, there's a difference between a man and a woman. Our makeup is not the same, for Christ's sake. It's not the same. There are things that you expect your man to do, and when he's not doing it, because it is his makeup, he doesn't know about it, you expect him to do it. And when he does not do it, you feel bad, and it will cause problem in your home. But if you have understood how a man is made up of, it will not be a problem. Let me quickly give you an instance. You cannot see a man checking up on a man. You cannot see. That is a man will just call, guy, how are you? I'm just checking up on you. No. It's women, we do that a lot. Now, when you are dating for marriage, and this man, because it's not his makeup, you are the one to tell him that. Because he will not remember to do it. You not tell him, I know that this is not how you are made up of, but this is how we are made. You not tell him there are things to teach a man. And you continue telling him that because he's not used to it. So don't assume that he should do that when he is not originally made like that. It's not possible. And don't expect him to learn it immediately. You just told him once and you think he ought to have learned it. No. If it is our makeup, it's easier for us to understand. But because it is not his makeup, he will not understand it. But it's you that will not explain to him. Marriage, it is not something that you just, at the snap of a finger, everything will fall into places. No. No, it is not. So by the time you understand some of these things, it will help you. But if you don't talk about these things, or you just, from dating, marriage, you did not ask anything, you don't learn anything, you did not, do the right thing, you marry. When you marry, you start having problems. Uncontrolled problems. Before you know it, you say bye-bye to the marriage. But these are the things that you should have controlled. These are the things that you should have looked into when you people were dating for marriage. I know you don't want to ruin your marriage. I'm sure you don't want to ruin your marriage. I am also very sure that you want to have a joyful home. So if you want to have a joyful home, please, I'm begging you, please, I'm pleading with you, now that you are about to get married, now that you are newly married, because when you are newly married, you can still be talking about these things if you did not talk about all of them when you were dating for marriage. But if you are just dating for marriage, you are still dating for marriage, you are about to wait. Please, if you are hearing this, go back to the drawing board. Mention this, some of these things that if you did not talk about them, please talk about them. Teach him some of these things. especially the ones that he don't know, especially that because of his makeup, he doesn't know about it. You teach him, you tell him. Keep talking to him about it. If this man, if this woman is teachable, they will learn. Don't frown at it. Don't say, when we marry. A lot of marriages have been ruined just by saying when we marry. You don't do such when you get married. There are some of these things that you change or you talk about, and when this person is not willing to change, you take a walk. You take a walk, because it is better. A failed relationship is much better than a failed marriage. A failed relationship is much better than a failed marriage. So you don't have to go through that. People have gone through it. Now we are giving you tips. We are telling you things that will help you to keep your marriage. I'm sure you don't want to make such mistakes. I'm sure you are going to act on the things that I have mentioned. I'm sure you want to have a joyful home. Then if you want to have a joyful home, please go through the things I've mentioned. It's about 7 points. It's not exhausted. And if you know of something, maybe a point or something that you have heard or you've read about or experience that you think we should talk about, that can also ruin marriage, please let me have your thoughts in the comment section. Let me have your thoughts in the comment section. I've always said it. My mandate is to see people succeed in their marriages. My mandate, I am not a magician. I'm not saying that you will not, offend each other. It's not what I'm saying. But it's how to cushion it. I give you tips on how to, if possible, avoid some of these things. And if you're experiencing some of them already, how to go about it. Everything is not garaga. How to go about it so that things will be solved and solved amicably. Yes. I know I have made some silent points today. Please, go through the video one more time. Go through the video 2 times. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell anybody that needs to hear this message. Marriages can be successful when we put in the work, when we do the right thing. I'm sure you want your marriage to be successful. I'm sure you want to have a happy home. I'm sure you want to have a joyful home. I will see you in my next video.